Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin, and this is our non-spoiler review for Andor Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. Andor Season 2 takes place about 1 year after the events of Season 1. It focuses on Cassian Andor's journey and his transformation into a leader and the challenges of forming an alliance. The long-awaited Season 2 is finally here. Season 1 did an amazing job on kind of taking the Star Wars universe and giving us something very new. And Season 2 is doing a great job on keeping that going forward, keeping us engaged and tense with this battle with the Empire. And just the way that Episode 1 starts off is just so exciting, and I love how they're handling it so far.
Yeah, we really had a good time watching Season 1. The investments and the connection we feel to all of these characters, even though we know this is kind of walking the path towards what we see in Rogue One. So certain characters' destiny is or are inevitable, but it's been so interesting to get to watch all of it play out, all the things that we didn't know. And what I really like about Season 2 is we are diving into that, okay, we're creeping closer and closer to that final, end point where we see it in Rogue One. And the dialogue and the writing is just so good. It is quite dialogue heavy. I feel like these first 3 episodes, does it feel to you? I don't know, to me it kind of does. Feels more like the most dialogue heavy from what I can remember of Season 1.
Honestly, I do have to admit with you, I do have to agree with you that it is very dense dialogue, but it very much is that kind of a show too. And I think they do an amazing job on kind of fitting in this exposition through dialogue and being able to fit in character development, being able to fit in story progression through this dialogue. One of the things that does happen in this, to kind of keep it a little spoiler free, is the fact that there is an event going on with Luthen and Mon Mothma, and they're there together, but the way that they're able to be kind of like talking to each other about the rebellion and having this hushed tone and then switching to their their
other persona.
We're here at this party, at this event, and being able to seeing this duality between almost all of these characters is performed insanely well. And just having the undertone of always being watched, always being stressed out, but then having to have this, and the one who does that the best is Mon Mothma. Oh my God, the fact how much she has to just turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, switch this, have to do this. Can't show the anger, frustration, and fear that you have inside, as well as being able to kind of coordinate this entire rebellion.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I know this series is called Andor, and Cassian is our titular hero / main character. But Mon Mothma, if you know Star Wars, you know she does play a big part in all of this. And I really love that how much this season is really diving into even more so of sort of her dealings and her sort of, if you call it like a double life.
Yeah, very much a double life.
Because she's such a public-facing figure, and she has so much. They all have a lot at stake, but she has a daughter. She has her reputation, which holds a lot of power in certain parts in this universe. So how does she balance it all without essentially getting herself in trouble and giving it all away and ruining what she's been working towards? So it's been so interesting to watch. And then kind of going back to Cassian, what I love is that this show continues to show us why he literally was the best person for this job.
Yeah.
He really is jack of all trades. If you want him to figure out, hey, you know what, here is a aircraft you've never flown before. It is brand new. We're gonna have, this is a part of his spy work, and he's kind of undercover, and he's gonna have to figure it out. And literally by the, what is the saying,
flying by the seat of your pants.
And he really does that. And Cassian just continues to stumble into these situations that things don't go according to plan when you are, I guess, part of the resistance. It just things don't happen that way.
It really does show how much of a ragtag bunch of group the rebellion is, and that's a great comparison to show between the rebellion and the Empire, where the rebellion is struggling to get people who don't see eye to eye but still fight together and be able to work together and be able to not kill each other. And there's a moment throughout these 3 episodes where you are just presented with this, oh my gosh, we're on the same team but we're fighting each other. How can we get through this? How can I get out of here and just be able to do the mission that I want to do? And on the flip side, you have the Empire that is so systematic, so well planned, so well structured, and they're having meetings and conferences on how they're going to destroy people's lives.
Right.
And it is so interesting to see these comparisons and to see certain characters and certain actors come back, and it is just very intense. Even though it is very dialogue heavy, you just start finding yourself slowly leaning in and being like, what's going on? What's going to happen next? And I think it's a great way to keep the audience interested and engaged.
Yeah, definitely. And I do feel that the reason why these first 3 episodes feel a little bit more dialogue heavy is because they do have a lot of, 1, setup to do, and 2, exposition, and to kind of bring everybody, kind of back to up to date with what is going on, because there's like a tiny bit of time jump you'll see at the beginning of the 3 first episode, essentially. So that kind of explains why I feel like the remaining other episodes, so there's 12 in total, so the remaining 9, I feel like there's still going to be a lot of dialogue. This is a talking show.
Oh, yeah.
But it won't be as heavy as the first 3. I feel like once we really get into it. I'm liking it a lot so far. I can't wait to see what the rest of the season has in store for us. I just know everything is going to get more and more intense. It's not so much like anxiety ridden where you're kind of like clenching fists and things like that. But when you're watching these characters go through the motion of being a part of the resistance and having to keep their cover, and they have to remain emotionless and tight-lipped, you feel that anxiety for them. Because you know probably what they're feeling on the inside, which is massive freak out, but on the outside, they all have to remain composed.
Because nothing's
normal.
wrong.
Nothing is wrong. So I am right now more so invested in the Mon Mothma Luthen storyline. Just because in the first 3 episodes, Andor is kind of stuck in a very specific area with a certain group of people. And for me, that part got a little frustrating to watch, but I understand why they show it, and it's a great reason to show it. And you talked about it earlier, why we could be fighting the same fight on the same side, but that doesn't mean everybody has the right idea. And and there are conflicts within the resistance as well.
It was
even though we have the same goal.
That whole part of the show, when you watch it, you're going to see, it makes sense. This is an allegory for the rebellion in itself. The whole big problem with everyone has different ideas on how things should be done and what should be done. Yeah. So I just love these first 3 episodes. I'm excited to see the next 3 episodes, and I am just waiting for for everything to hit the fan.
Yeah. And with that said, of course, we will be doing reactions for each episode, so make sure you check back to the channel for those videos once the show has aired, and we will be continuing reactions and reviews for the remaining season. We can't wait. We're so excited. Let us know your thoughts once you've watched the first 3 episodes of Andor by commenting below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.